Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be experimenting, and we all know that I love it when I experiment. So if you watched my last two previous videos, you would see that I made some vintage tape from some sticky back plastic, contact paper, whatever you want to call it. I think it's a little bit thinner than contact paper, you know, the sticky stuff that you take the vinyl off with. I think it's a little bit thinner than that. It's actually a book covering, and it is really thin and transparent and amazing. So this is the stuff. It gives you the guide on like how to cover books. I don't know if when I was younger, in my young teens, I used to cover my school exercise books with this stuff so that I didn't ruin the posters that I would put on underneath of pop stars and stuff. So that's what I used to use it for. I've got a few sheets. So I've got a sheet here, and it's very rolly, so you'll probably have to stick it down. See, it loves to roll. So I'm going to cut this into smaller sections. So I've got 4 sections there. I've got another random section there. So I've got 5 sections. So I'm going to get my mat because I don't want to ruin my new craft mat because it's so spiffy and clean. And I'll be back in just a second. Right, so I've laid down my Tim Holtz media mat, and now we're going to go through what we're going to be using. So I have a few of the felts to go onto the rectangle dauber, so we're going to be using those. I also have my alcohol ink. Now I'm going to be using caramel, ginger, mushroom, and I think I'm going to go sepia, and there's another one, rust. Now, caramel is my favourite for this because it gives you a lovely yellow tingy colour. So, yeah, caramel is definitely my favourite. But for a little bit of a depth and things like that, I'm going to try the other 4. I have also put some caramel alcohol ink into a plastic spray bottle. Now, I'm not too sure how this is going to work, but I'm not going to leave it... it should be okay because it's in a bottle in here, but when I leave the room, I am going to take the top off, but it will probably evaporate because it's alcohol ink. So, but I'm going to give it a go. I might even use it all. I'm not too sure yet. I'm going to see how it goes when it's sprayed. So I've got my alcohol ink. I've got my daubers. I've got the spray bottle. I also have my contact paper. And later on in the video, I am also going to be using some StazOn ink. So I have got Timber Brown, Jet Black, and I also have, if I can get him, Saddle Brown as well. So we're going to do some stamping. We're going to see if StazOn does stay on it does stay on the contact paper, because if it does, that's a game changer and like winning. So yeah, let's get on to having a play. So first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some masking tape. Any masking tape will do, because like I said, this contact paper, it really does love to roll. And I'm going to just stick down the corners. Right, now my first experiment is going to be, I'm going to spray it. So I'm pulling up the sleeves and I'm putting my apron on. Oh, let me show you. Let me move me from, how cool is that? I absolutely love it. And I've got my Do-A-Ding badge. This was from the Elizabeth Craft Designs retreat I went on last weekend. I can't believe that was a week ago already. That's crazy. So I'm going to put my apron on because alcohol ink is messy. I'm going to try the spray bottle first. So let's see what kind of texture and that we get with this. Ah, that's kind of cool. All the mottled bits. Now, let's just, I don't want to, I quite like that. Right, I'm just going to run over it. I'm keeping it at a distance. Oh, look at that texture. But it still does look, yeah, a little bit wet. All right, let's get rid of that. Now, I love this. I love this section in here. Right, now, I'm going to add a little bit of the mushroom. But I'm just going to add this down the side. Now, you can just leave it because alcohol ink tends to just do its thing. Or you can just give it a little dab with the corner of your dauber and just introduce the colours to each other, because it's the vintage texture that you want. So let's just blend these corners into each other, and this, I like it. Right, going to give it another run. Oh, I love that. Right, now I want to do something over here. So I'm going to have a go with the rust. And just and round here as well. And maybe just a little bit inside. Now you can also get the that I am always losing, and I don't know where it's gone, but you can get the as well. So I don't know where mine is. I haven't got a clue. That's typical. But I'm just gonna help it along its way. Oh, look at all that grunge. Oh, that's so cool. Right, now I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to just hang it up. And let it dry. And that's why I have my medium matte. Right, so I'm going to give this extra strong masking tape a go. That's better. Right, just going to stick it there while I do the corners. Right, so don't use washi tape, use masking tape. Right, now we're going to start with the mushroom. So we're just going to all over, and then I'm going to give it a spritz with some alcohol. And then just, this is just a base layer. Oh, wow. Look what I've just discovered. How cool alcohol ink looks on masking tape. This is what I love about experimenting. Right, I'm just going to do some dobs just so I've got a bit of mottling. Give it a quick little dry. Perfect. And now let's give, now I can't remember if I liked this colour or not, but we're going to give it a go. Just down one edge. And I'm going to use a little bit of blending solution. Just to help it on its way. And then around the edges. Oh, love that. And now we're going to go in with another layer of caramel. And we're going to change the pad this time because this pad has got a lot of different colours on. And I just want to move the caramel. Right, now we're going to go in with another little bit of mushroom. And first off, I'm just going to leave it and just let it do its thing. I might give it a little, oh, look at that. When you spray, the alcohol. Wow, that's quite cool. Let's put a little bit more caramel in and just move it round. And now we're going to give it a dry. Now, luckily enough, because it is alcohol ink, it doesn't actually take that long to dry. Oops. Right, so that's 2. We're going to do 1 more. I'll do that one because it's all creased. This one will do. And I have to say, I do love this. I'm going to try this next. Definitely going to try the inked masking tape because that's cool. That is proper cool. Right, first off, I'm going to try and find my poofer before I come back. Found it! Yay! It was under my desk. Right, so what colour haven't we tried yet? Ginger. I think ginger might have been the one that was a little bit too orangey, but we'll give it a go. And then we'll just going to go around filling the edges. And just like that. And then I think we're going to just, oh, look. Oh, that is so cool. Just gonna move it around. Now that there is perfect, because when you come to put that on a project, because this is so transparent, you're really going to see, even though it's still slightly yellowing, you will see what's underneath. So that will look like it's just been left out in a garage somewhere with a load of nails or something metal on top of it that's got wet and it's just a pile of rust. And that's why I love all this crustiness around the edge. It's so cool. Right, I'm just going to quickly dry this bit off. Perfect. Oh, I love that. Right, now I'm going to go in with some caramel. And I'm just going to smoosh. I just want a layer. Trying not to disturb that lovely. Let's put a little few. Oh, look. Oh, I love it. I love the grunge. Right, so that's perfect. Let's give that a little bit of a dry. Oh, that is so nice. And that was done with the ginger. Right, we're going to have up in this corner, we're going to see what we can do with the mushroom. So we're going to come out a little bit further. But this time, instead of spraying the alcohol, we're going to use some of the blending solution. And then we're just going to slowly move. And now, like we did, we're just going to meet it at the edge. No, that's cool. That is so cool. Right, let's give it a dry. Oh, I love it. Oh, this is just so cool. Right, now we're going to do it with the caramel. So let's put in the middle. And we're going to add some blending solution. And just move that into the mushroom. And move this one down into the ginger. And I'm going to give it a little bit of spray. Oh, look. Oh, it's like magic. Now, when you overlay it, you get these, like, sticky bits, which is perfect. Right, so now I'm just going to... I don't want any of these splatters. All right, so I'm just going to... So it's all... And then I think over this side, I'm just going to have a little bit of the mushroom. And then let's just soften the edges. And I think that will do. That's proper grunge. That is so grungy. Oh, look at this around here, all the crustiness. Ah, I love it. Right, I'm going to dry it off and then I'll be right back. Right, so now we have... Let's take the washi tape off this one. Right, so now we have our 3 pieces. Oh, get off. So we've got Braver and Braver. That was our first one. And then this one. And then I'm going to show you this one up close because... Oh, look at the grunge. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to take some stamps and we're going to see if it can be stamped on. Now, I think first off, I'm going to try Tim Holtz ledger script. Just as a background. And I think I'm going to save that one till last. So I think we'll do this one first. So again, get yourself some masking tape. And just... stick it to your mat. think this is the most fiddly part. Right, so. Right, now I'm going to use the smaller one. And I'm going to use the black Stays On. Now, if this works, this is going to be like a game changer. So I'm just going to stamp randomly. And I'm just going to curl the stamp because I don't want any flat lines. Oh, right, now let's... And it doesn't slide, which is nice. Right, I want this side writing down the actual side. Oh, no way. Oh, right, I'm going to give it a little dry. Are you ready? Oh, it's dry. It works. Oh. Wow. 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 This was, we was all stood round having a little natter. And we all stood there and was like, oh, I wonder if Stays On would work. And I was like, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. Right, so I have got the inspector and I'm going to try the light bulb because, well, if this works. So first off, I'm going to ink up the whole thing. And I've just got ink on my nails. Right, so what bit do we want? Let's go over here. Look at that. Look at that. This is me gobsmacked. Because the ideas that are going through my head now are just crazy. So, right, I need to make this because I need to see how it's going to look. So, I've got some white card. And I'm going to stamp it again. I'm just going to use Stays On because it's out. Just going to get, I know it won't come off, but I just want to get a majority of the wet ink off before it dries. And my hands are filthy. Right, so I'm just going to quickly, right, so I've gone a little sidetracked, but it is experimenting. So, right, I've got the clock stamp as well from the inspector set. And I'm just going to stamp that up because I have an idea. And this is what I love about experimenting because it's Sunday and you can just sit down and just craft. Right, so I'm just going to leave that on there. Push that down. Not too hard because you don't want it to slip or smudge. But with enough pressure so that the ink stays on. Oh, stays on. Aha! Oh, see? Obviously why it's called that. Now, I've got two stamped here. And these are stamped on the contact paper. So I'm just going to lift these up because I'm getting impatient. Let's take the tape off. I could have done some more stamping, but I want to cut these ones out. So I am just going to because obviously, I mean, these come in big, like 10-meter rolls. So you can kind of, I mean, that alone, people. Oh, I didn't dry it. Right, bear with me. Right, now, can we just look? I mean, just that piece alone. Oh. Now, I want to save that bit. I want to save that bit. I'm going to stamp the clock again and save that bit. Oh, the experimenting, the excitement. Right, let's put that there. And I don't think that's going to fit there. No, it's a little bit too small. So I'm going to put it up here. Right, let's cut off this little whaley piece. It's got a little bit of paper on the end. I mean, look at that. Oh, and let's cut off this bit with the light bulb because I'm getting sidetracked, people. Right, so I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to go back to the clock in a minute and I'm going to do the light bulb. Right, so where's my... I'm going to get my knife. And my tweezers for precision. And then I'm going to stick it down over the top. I'm going to get my brayer. I mean, look at that. And then cut him out. And there we have a vintage light bulb. And if you wanted to, so I don't know if you noticed, but I did cut another one. So if you only wanted the light bulb to be shiny, I mean, look at that. Oh, don't throw anything away. And then I'm going to get myself some art glitter glue. There's my tweezers. And then my brush. And just glue up to the edges. And then stick that over the top. A bit sticking out the side because I rushed it. That's cool. Just chop it off. And there we have a really cool vintage let's just flatten that down. Lovely vintage looking light bulb. Ah, that's just too cool. Too cool. Now I need to ta-da! Oh, I love it. Right, now, let's do some more. Let's have some more playing. And imagine the possibilities. Oh, you can do this with any stamp. Absolutely any stamp. Right, so I wasn't going to use... Right, let's go back to the clock face. So let's ink this up. Perfect. And let's do this side. Again, be careful that you don't slippy slide. That didn't come out so well. I don't think I had enough ink on it. Have we got enough room to try it this side? Just about, because I only want the inner of the clock anyway. But that's still cool. You can still use it. It still looks worn. Right. I don't know if it's because the paper's creased. That still looks cool though. But it's experimenting. It's all about going wrong, figuring out the right ways. Perfect. Right, I'm going to give this a little dry. Love it. And now I'm just going to cut along there and then straighten that piece. And then we've got, oh, where's that? Here it is. I mean, just look at these. These are just, they're just so cool. So cool. Oh, I'm going to have so much fun. Right, now I'm going to keep this bit because it's got a bit of text on. So I'm going to cut as close to the clock as I can. It'll probably be wonky because this is me. And it's got just a teeny weeny little bit of text on. So, I mean, just look how cool that looks. It's just too cool. And then what I want to do is I'll show you, or let me take the ink off the stamp. Right, now, the only bit I want is this centre clock in here. That's the only bit I want. So I'm going to get my little scissors for this one. Right, I'm going to cut this off camera and then I'll be back. Right, so I have cut that out. And now I'm just going to lift this up, get my tweezers. Make sure I line it up right. And then, I mean, come on. Oh, I'm just going to cut this out. I'm actually gobsmacked as to the possibilities. I mean, clocks, watches, dials, bulbs. Oh, just wow. Now, we all know I can't cut properly, so I'm going to distress the edge of this because distressing hides a multitude of sins, especially non-straight cutting. Oh, look at that. Let's push these air bubbles out properly. How cool are they? Oh, right, where's my vintage photo? There you are. I'm going to use oxide because, well, I love oxide. And just And to make this even more fun, you could even take the glossy accents and just go around the white part. How cool would that be? Right, now, where is... Oh, I'm impatient. I'm going to use the same dauber. I don't care. So I'm just going to darken up around the edges. And I'm going to do the same with the light bulb as well. Just kind of brings it all together. And look at that. Isn't this fun? How cool are they? Right, now I'm going to... Right, I have just found some scrap pieces of paper out of my stash. And I am going to... Where's my knife? I'm just going to stick these down because... I mean, you know, I can make them before again, so I'm not really all that bothered, but I want to look at them properly. All right, just flatten it out. How cool is that? All right, let's cut it out. Trim off the edge. Oh, it's just amazing. Right, now let's get rid of some of the, now let's find another piece of paper. I think these are all just, I think that might be too much. I want a light coloured one, so I think I'm going to go for that one. And I'm going to put some on a green one as well. Right, so let's put this one give it a squish down. Got a little bit of an air bubble in the middle, but just push it out. Oh, and look how cool that looks. It's just too cool. Right, now my favourite. Come on. Here we go. Oh, no. Here we go. Oh. Right. Let's put it this way. And I'm just going to stick it smack bang in the middle. Oh, look at that. Right, I have got, let's give this a go. This came with my medium mat, I think, or my guillotine. Ah, that's scratched off some of it, but I don't care. It still looks awesome. Right, so I'm going to keep the top on and just cut along the bottom and the side. Oh, I love it. And we could put, all right, so let's put this little bit. Perfect. Now, obviously, you're going to stick them on your projects. I'm just putting them on here so we can see what we've made and how cool they are. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Right, so I'm just going to do a little bit more stamping because I want to try the other colours. So I'm going to use Tinder Brown for this one. And I'm just going to stamp yeah, it shows up. It definitely shows up. Excuse the dogs. I'm not too sure if Saddle Brown is going to, because it's a very similar colour. But let's try, because you never know. Right, so let's put him down. No, it doesn't. It's too much of the same colour. That's what I thought. Right, so Saddle Brown doesn't work. That's good to know. That is good to know, people. So Timber Brown, yeah, it does. You can see it. But Saddle Brown, no. So any light browns is not going to work. Is not going to work. Right, so I'm going to have a little bit more of a play, I think. So let's put this up there and another one there. You got to be really careful when you stamp it, because it is smooshy. So go down gently and then just press. But not hard. Just like that. This is one of the Stampers Anonymous classics. And I'm going to use, I think it's this compass. So I don't want all of it. And I'm going to put down piece of paper for protection. I don't think I stamped that side properly, and this is the side we're going to use. Right, so I just want this. I'm going to keep it there for a minute just so I know all the ink is down. Hold that down. Oh! Oh! Right, give it a dry. Look. Oh, wow. This is just... Right, I'm just going to go... faint, but that will do. It's all texture. Oh! Right, so I'm all cleaned up. This is why I don't pay lots of money to get my nails done. I do them myself because, well, the mess is real. Right, so here are a few of the bits that we made. And this is just with 5 different alcohol inks, some contact paper, and 2 sets of stamps. Now imagine the possibilities with all the stamps that you've got. How absolutely cool are these? I mean, that clock, that is just, can you see the shine on that? That is just too cool. Absolute. And this, oh, look at the grunge. Look at the grunge. Look. Oh, it's just, and then the compass. Oh, it's just, it's just amazing. Amazing. So get yourself on Amazon. I will link it in my store as well, and the link for my Amazon store will be in the description box. So have a pop over. All the alcohol inks and the sticky back plastic, contact paper, book covering, whatever you want to call it, it will be in there too. Also the links for the stamps and the alcohol ink, or the, not the links, but the names of the stamps and the alcohol inks that I used will be in the description as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment, because it really does help my channel push it out so that more of you can see what fabulous things I get up to, because we're experimenting today, and these were cool. These turned out really cool. I love it. I love it. I do like sitting down and creating when I know where I'm going, which isn't often. But with my experiments, which I'm going to make a playlist for, so all my experiments can go in a playlist. With my experiments, I never know where it's going to go. And that is just exciting. And yeah, I am absolutely loving this. This contact paper and alcohol ink has to be so cool, given the best effects. I mean, it's so much better than the sellotape. I love the sellotape. But the good thing about the contact paper is because it's got the grid on the back, you can cut massive strips of tape. And you haven't got to keep them all stored on a baking sheet, because it's already got backing on it. So, winning! Right, so I'm going to go now and get ready to film another video, because I'm on a roll. And I've got all these things going around in my head, and I need to get them down and edited and out. So I'll see you all in my next video, everybody. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a brilliant rest of your Sunday, and take care. See you soon. Bye.